All right, there we go. That's better. Sorry about that, guys. I was having some issues with the mic. I think this thing was still used to the old settings that it was on. But basically, I'm gonna go ahead and share the link to the server so the little people that is in there know what's going on. This isn't gonna be an extremely long video or anything. I'm basically just gonna be giving you guys an update. There we go. All right. Hey, King Crusader. Hey, Adeline. All right. So basically, this is the gist of everything that's going on. Nightmare Palette has not been canceled or anything. It's still going on. We haven't had any time to get any work done, unfortunately, due to the drama that happened months ago. We did lose a sizable chunk of our cast, including the one of the main voice actresses, another pretty main voice actress. We also lost our co-writer. We lost a good handful of people because of that drama. I will apologize because that drama did have to did circle around me, and it was kind of personal. I didn't have any business getting mixed in with the channel itself. However, I don't have any control over that, and I do apologize about all that. However, we aren't going to cancel this project whatsoever. I do plan wholeheartedly to continue. It's just been very stressful lately, and I haven't been able to sit and focus on writing scripts or anything like that. But we're going to be getting into that again real soon, hopefully. I'm just going to have to find some time. I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything here in my home stable before I can like get back to focusing on everything else. I'm also trying to keep a steady flow going on the Magiku channel. That way, you know, I kind of have it going and stuff. I don't want it to end up like the Mokren channel. I'm also focusing on commissions. I'm focusing on working. I'm trying to look into getting myself a better job. A lot of stuff has happened ever since the drama happened. My mental health took a nosedive for the fucking worst. I wish I was fucking kidding whenever I said that my fucking mental health fucking just absolutely fucking depleted. The drama drained me of any kind of like mental stability, and I had to like pick myself back up from the beginning. That was nobody's fucking fault, but it was just everything kind of just destroyed me, and I needed to like worry about getting myself better and worrying about getting everything back up and running before I could even attempt to focus on this project again. And I hate that because this project's like something I absolutely adore. I love this project with every fucking fiber of my being. And I put a lot of love and effort into it. And me and Berg put a lot of hard work and creativity and energy into making these scripts what they are. And unfortunately, since Berg's no longer here with me, I'm going to have to continue that creativity and put in that much energy by myself from here on out. And I don't mind doing that because this was my story to begin with. It's just sad that my friend who was wanting to share this experience with me is no longer going to be here to share it with me. But that's okay. I'm not going to put any blame on him. Not to mention he didn't leave because of the drama. He left because of differences. Basically he no longer wanted to be a voice actor, and I knew that for a while actually. He had his own project going on for a very long time, and ultimately he had to pull the plug on that because of lack of motivation, lack of want to push the project on. He just couldn't continue doing it. So it's completely understandable for him. So I don't fault him at all for that. It just kind of makes me sad that I have to continue this by myself now because I no longer have my friend there with me. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This hasn't stopped. This project still is still going. Might as well stay going strong. It just hasn't gotten anywhere in the last few months because of everything that's been going on. But once I get everything back into a steady order, once I get like my job basically all set on a schedule where I can able to balance my job and balance working on the project, balance my excuse me, balance my other server, god damn it, balance my other channel, and balance everything. Once I can find a steady balance and everything, and once I am positive that my mental health is stable enough to where I can focus on this 100%, then we will get this project back up off the ground. Right now, it's just taking a nap. but it's not canceled. Not at all. I've put way too much love, way too much effort, and way too much creativity, way too much of my ability to watch this project die. I've watched a lot of projects, like kind of how mine is, just disintegrate, and I'd be damned if I'm gonna let this happen to this one. Even though it's just to some, it would just be considered a shitty fan fiction, even though it's not really. Uh, but it will continue once we get everything settled. And once everything is where I can manage it. Update on the channel itself. I don't really have any other plans as of right now besides Nightmare Palette. I'm trying to think of more things that I can add to the channel, like, more comic dubs or anything like that. However, a lot of the people on part of the Mokurin cast has been very busy. And it's really hard to try to come up with anything to make for the channel whenever your cast has got their own lives going on. And that's nobody's fault. That's just basically how life is. That's kind of how things are, and I accept that 100% because of course I have my own life. I understand it 100%. Also, ignore the picture on the thing. I had no choice but to use something I already had because coming up with doing a channel update kind of came last second. Like, I just popped in my head. So I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, channel update. That way I can let everyone know what's going on. Because it just dawned on me. I haven't told you guys anything about what's going on at this channel, and it sucks that I've been keeping you guys in the dark, even though a mass majority, if not all of you, have come from the Magiku channel. But for those who don't know, a lot of stuff has happened the last few months. I'm not going to get into that because honestly, I would much rather forget it ever happened. I'm honestly done with it, so I'm not bringing it back up, but drama did happen. It did cause a good little chunk of our cast to go, and because of the mental toll it put on me, the project is currently just taking a rest. It's not canceled. I know I've already said that. It's not canceled, but it is taking a rest because I need to get myself completely back in line, get myself back into a proper schedule. Also, forgive me if I sound a little coarse. I am sick. The fucking winter flu has taken a toll of me and my partner, so we're both pretty fucked up right now. Okay. Peasant lemon. Thank you. Don't worry, I'm gonna get better. It's just gonna take me some time. Fucking sickness wants to take me, and it's all like, haha, bitch, I'm here to stay. No. But yeah, whenever it comes to the rest of the channel, I don't necessarily have any plans as of yet, but just keep your eyes peeled. We may have something available at a later date. If you haven't already excuse me. If you haven't already joined the Magiku channel, if you haven't already joined the Maggots Discord, then go ahead, because I try to keep you guys updated on things on there. Also, whenever I update on here, upload on the Mokurin channel, I will also notify everyone in the Maggots server, like, hey, I uploaded on here, blah, 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 same as I would on the Magiku channel. There's also a server for Nightmare Palette. I recently updated the link, because due to the drama that happened previously, somebody who was not necessarily wanted back in the server, and has never to come back in the server, actually, found the link basically to come in here and yell at me. So that had to be changed. Well, actually, no. The link had to be deleted before. So I just recently updated it, so you guys could come back in. If anything bad happens, then you best believe that I will stop it. I'm not going to take anything else sitting down, because I'm kind of sick and tired of being a doormat. But anyway, as for the project itself, for Nightmare Palette itself, I'm going to be sitting here and before I start working on the scripts again, I'm going to try to figure out exactly where I want to go with this project itself, because I know I said that I was going to do versions with art and everything, kind of like animatics or something like that. Just probably not as animated as animatics. But at the same time, I'm like, I really want to bring this story to life, but I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do that without the proper tools. So I'm going to sit here and try to think of the direction I want to put this project. I may go into animatic territory, but that's only if I'm able to make something of that. If I can, then I can. Then cool, I can do it. If I can't, then oh well, I'll just go back into what I was previously going to do. However, it's not going to be just a audio only format. Just kind of like how we did chapter 1. It's not going to be just like that, because that's going to make it extremely difficult for everybody to follow what's going on. I mean, obviously you're going to be hearing, like, for instance, in fighting scenes, obviously you guys are going to be hearing the punching and kicking and all that good jazz, and the little magical twinkle sounds and all that good shit, and you know a fight's going to be going on. However, you're not going to be able to know how that fight's going on. You're not going to be able to visually be able to tell what's going on with this fight. Like, for all we know, you hear this little, like, slash and twinkle sound, and you're thinking it's a bad guy, like, throwing punches, and it could be Adeline throwing punches, or God knows who else throwing punches. And we're going to try to, like, make it to where at least you guys are able to visually tell who's throwing what punch. Even if it's like single pictures. Regardless of the fact. I'm going to be sitting and trying to come up with ideas for how to continue Nightmare Palette. Like, once I get a little bit more of an idea of what I'm going to do, and like I said previously, once I go ahead and get everything sorted out in my life, I will be continuing writing the scripts. And also with the Mokurin channel, the remainder of the Mokurin channel. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm going to make a little suggestions box in both the Maggots server and the Nightmare Palette server to try to see if we can come up with ideas for like a portion of the Mokurin channel. Just basically to where we have something to add to the Mokurin channel until we actually get Nightmare Palette back up and running. Just make it a little bit better for you guys. Give you guys a little bit of something to look forward to. Also, whenever it comes to the regards of, like, the people that we did lose from Nightmare Palette's cast, you don't have to worry about that. We will be focusing on fixing that whenever the time comes. Because as of right now, the only thing we have to worry about is picking the project back up before we can even think about going to look and seeing about getting a new voice for Aline or getting a new voice for Paintra. So just give it some time. We will be focusing on that whenever that time comes. We've actually discussed that beforehand, way beforehand, before this drama even happened. That we weren't going to be doing any recasting or anything until after the scripts were at least 90% complete. That way we're not, like, casting people who aren't going to stick around long enough for the scripts to be done, because the scripts is going to take a while to be finished. The story is going pretty long. Like, right now, script-wise, I think we've written up to chapter 9, or at least we're on chapter 9. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I looked at the scripts, but I think that's the last chapter we were working on. And this story could be going on for another 10, 15 chapters for all we know. I don't know off the top of my head. I keep saying we like Berga's still here. Damn it. But, yeah, basically, it's going to be taking a little bit of time. Once we do get the project picked back up, it's going to be just me writing the scripts, so it's going to take some time. If need be, I can always consult my Mokurin crew to see if they have, like, any suggestions for parts of the script. Like, if I'm getting writer's block, because fucking God knows I'm not a writer. It's a very big project. I didn't expect to make this project that big when it first came to mind. To begin with, it was just a fucking manga idea. And whenever we decided we were going to make it like an audio drama or an audio thing, it just got bigger and bigger. Like, it was good. It was like, I don't want to really say it was mostly me, because Berg had a lot of good ideas in this. Berg had a fuckload of ideas for this. He also, helped me with organizing a lot of things. We have a document. I believe I still have access to that document. I don't know if he ever, like, revoked access or anything to it. I'm pretty sure it's still there. To where we basically just jot down ideas. There's, like, things where he's found stuff about, like, mental health stuff that ties into some things that's happening in Nightmare Palette. There is, like, what's the word I'm looking for? There is lines for, like, chapters ahead of time that could potentially be used. I know we've used a few of them that we jotted down. A couple of them I think we scrapped because they ended up not, like, making the cut. But if you saw this its document was like, I want to bring it up. I'm going to bring this document up. I'm not going to show you guys, obviously, but I want to look at it myself because I don't remember how long this document is. It's fucking big, though. Hold on. Oh, god damn it. I have too many tabs open. There we go. Every time I reopen Chrome, I've had this problem with my Chrome lately. Every time I've like closed Chrome and reopen it, it'll ask me if I want to reload my tabs, and when I reload them, I have to relog into everything. And it automatically opens new tabs for like my extensions that I have as if I just installed them. So I have one for Malwarebytes. What was I doing? Oh yeah, docs. And I just recently had to reopen my tabs because my computer, like, I think a power surge happened earlier when Blue was on the computer, and basically we had to, whenever I logged back into my account, I had to reopen everything. All right, where are you, document? That is a chapter. I need to reorganize these. There you are. All right, I found the document. Holy shit, this thing is long. The very last edit was from him itself back in February. We haven't like touched this document. The only thing we've really been doing is just like taking a look at things and seeing what we could do to, like, whenever it comes to this document, we basically just jot our ideas into it, or we jotted our ideas into it basically to put aside for later chapters, or if we were like working on a chapter and we just basically needed something from like previous chapters or anything like that to remember, then we had it on the side, so we had it. Ideas for, we had the colors of the characters, because all of our scripts are color-coded. Basically, we had all the, like, colors and the names on the side, so we just have them to grab them. just to make it easier for everybody. There's a lot of notes here. And there's a bunch. There's, like, timelines here. There's like documents from like mental health stuff that kind of tie into everything. We also got like attacks and all that good stuff. Descriptions, like step-by-step descriptions of boss fights for the future. It's descriptive and it's like 30 pages long. So you best believe that we had everything, mainly Berg had everything organized and ready for all this. We're not wasting that. We're not going to let that go to waste. I'm definitely not going to let a single word of that go to waste. We do have a little problem, though, because I hope Blue and you feel better soon. Thank you, Adeline. We do have a little problem, though, because unfortunately I haven't been able to get in touch with Berg ever since the drama has happened and ever since he left the project. Because the main problem with this, not only am I going to have to recast Paint Roller, because I absolutely adored his voice for Paint Roller. When it comes to my main cast, all the voices, minus Paintra, because that one's a very tricky fucking role, and I'll get to that in a minute. My main cast has always been my main cast. Well, except for Paintra and Clacia, but like I said, I'll get to that. Paint Roller has always been Berg, and Align has always been Bubs. So recasting them is going to be very difficult. Just basically, in my eyes, it's going to be difficult because the only voices I've ever imagined for these characters has been theirs. So this is going to be a very tricky thing for me. It's going to be a little bit, I want to say personal, because the moment that I have to recast them, it's going to be like a punch in the chest for me. I'm like, I never wanted to do this. But what's done is done, and I can't fix that. And also, since all this is going on, Berg was the person that was making music for Nightmare Palette, and that's also another tricky subject. I hadn't been able to get a hold of him to basically find out, like, how we're going to continue with the music, because he didn't say anything about not wanting to make music. But he did say he no longer wanted to voice act, and he was kind of done with script writing. But he didn't say anything about music, and whenever I asked him about it, when we were talking, he said he'd get back to me, and I never heard back from him. So that's a tricky part. I don't want to use any of his music without his permission. So unfortunately, all the music that has already been created for Nightmare Palette is probably going to have to be scrapped. Which sucks, because the theme for Nightmare Palette is gorgeous. Like, Berg is a musical genius. He's also hand-created a theme for Paintra. He made, like, battle music for all the bosses, and they all sound immaculate. Like, sweat straight up. These things sound amazing. Um, it's just going to be very difficult to let go of all that stuff. And I know, and I don't want Berg's hard work to go to waste. If I can ever get back in touch with him, we'll see if we can work that out. If I need to, I'll pay him for the music because he was doing this for free to begin with. But I will gladly pay this man for this music, at least the music he's already made. If he doesn't want to be a part of the project afterwards, then that's okay. Like, I'm not going to force him to do anything he doesn't want whatsoever. But I do want to see if we can at least settle the music debate. I mean, the music debacle. And I will pay this man for, like, any of the tracks he's already created. If he doesn't want to discuss it, or if he doesn't want to do anything with it, then I just simply won't use any of his music. I don't want to, like, start any kind of, like, controversy. The last thing I need whenever the first chapter of the, like, the revamped Nightmare Palette comes out is a fucking, like, copyright suit. Especially since it was, like, agreed on that this music could be used, but we're gonna, like, discuss that at that time ever comes. If it doesn't come by the time that Nightmare Palette is complete script-wise, then we will just drop all those tracks. It hurts to do because all of that music is beautiful. I still listen to it to this day. Like, I'll be listening to this music driving in my car. Like, there was one track that he made for one of the chapters later on. I can't really say anything because it's kind of spoilery, but it has, like, a desert theme to it, and I fucking adore it. To pieces. Like, I listen to it on repeat. Mainly because it just kind of reminds me of, like, desert levels in video games. Like, when I listen to it, it kind of gives me like I want to say Gerudo Desert themes, even the Gerudo Desert vibes, even though it's not Gerudo Desert. Like, there's not a single note of Gerudo Desert in that song, but it just gives me Gerudo Desert vibes. Like, it makes me feel like I'm standing right in Gerudo Desert when I hear this music. We'll get to worrying about that whenever it comes. It kind of worries me because that's one part of Nightmare Palette that I don't really want to let go at this point. The rest I've kind of accepted, but that's one part of Nightmare Palette that I don't want to let go of, that I know I'm going to probably have to because of the simple fact that it's attached to somebody who is no longer with us. If the time comes and unfortunately I can't, like, come to some kind of agreement, then I just won't use it. And I will definitely look into trying to get some music made for Nightmare Palette that's not, like, attached to any kind of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word for it, I swear to God. I don't want to say agreements. I want to say, like, strings attached to any... There's a word for it. You get what I mean. There's a lot that we need to look into fixing with Nightmare Palette before we can continue it. But you best believe, like I said previously, that this project is not dead. I will not going to let it die. I refuse. There's been plenty of times, and I've even thought about it. I went numb thinking about it, unfortunately, because, oh, that's awesome, Adeline. I'm glad you got a new laptop. Like, I even went numb thinking about this at one point in time. Whenever the drama was happening and everybody decided they wanted to abandon ship on the project, I did think about canceling it because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, how am I going to recover from this? My co-writer's gone. My voice actors are gone. I don't know what to do about the music. And, of course, I had to get myself sorted out to realize that it's not too late. This project can still survive. It's just going to take a lot of hard work and determination from my side. Especially since I'm practically doing this on my own now. Any of Berg's work I'm not going to, like, throw out uncredited. Like, every single note, every single word that he typed into any of the scripts is going to be credited to him. But after chapter 9, it's basically going to be all me. And that scares me a little bit. Mainly because I'm not a good writer. I'm not the best writer at all. I stopped writing fan fictions for a fucking reason. It's just going to be kind of tricky to try to keep the same amount of quality after chapter 9. But I'm going to do the absolute best that I can, especially to make this project worth something. Like, even if it's just worth a smile and a just mild chuckle from somebody, it's going to be worth it. I'm also trying to think of, like, art style-wise, what I'm going to do to continue with the art style. Because when I first started Nightmare Palettes, for some strange reason, I had my own stupid art style. Adeline was really anime, as you could fucking tell from the previous cover. She was extremely anime. She was not really Kirby style at all. Everybody else was like in their normal Kirby style. And and it kind of like converted to a different style as time went on. But for the time being, I also have to fix that. I have to like come up with some kind of art style. That way everything's not too far off from each other. I don't want to like, it's hard for me to draw that. For some strange reason, it's hard for me to draw Adeline in the normal Kirby art style. I don't know why. I have no fucking idea why it is. I guess it's because of, I guess just kind of how she looks. It's not really, it's not the art style's fault, obviously. It's just something that's been hard for me. So I have to like try to find a way to like get both art styles, that like my normal art style and the Kirby art style, and try to make them work. That's going to be a tricky part. I mean, that's going to be a tricky scenario, because that's going to take me like heavily focusing on staying with that art style, and with me switching back and forth between like drawing commissions and then going back to this art style, it's going to be I might as well be fucking juggling for a circus. I also thought at one point in time, if I could possibly at all find all the assets that I need, I could have done this in like 3D animation. But emphasis, big ass fucking emphasis on the but. That's been kind of hard. Not to mention, I would have to do editing to Adeline's model in order to make it where she's kind of like how she is. Aline does not, Aline I think has a model for MMD, but her staff form would have to be heavily customized. Like, you know how she goes in like paintbrush form and stuff? It's kind of, you know how it is. You've seen like pictures of the artwork and stuff. She's not normal paintbrush form in Nightmare Palette. She's like a staff. So her little like handle part of her body, which basically was how the paintbrush is elongated. That's going to take editing, and also making sure that like nothing bad happens while I'm editing it. Also, she'd kind of sort of count as an object at that point, which means I'd have to convert the file into like a different type of file, which is headache inducing just thinking about it. Granted, it's not impossible. However, I feel like it's probably suffer in quality if I did it that way. Especially since I'm not an animator. And I don't think I have any people that I could go to that is animators in the program that I use. So that would be tricky. So yeah, it's basically just me falling back on what I said earlier about trying to figure out like how I want to go about making Nightmare Palette from here. Like, I don't want it to be just audio, and I want it to have art, but like whatever art style I choose, or whatever art style method, art format I go with, is going to be heavily thought upon, because like I said, I'm practically doing this by myself at this point. Like, I've always been the one doing the art. I tried to hire people on to help me with like getting the art ready for Nightmare Palette. However, that didn't necessarily work out. Not because of anything I did, it just didn't work out. They had their own thing going on, so they didn't stay on the project. Excuse me. However, I still have the logo. I may update that, make it something more personal, something more updated once that time comes. Because it's going to take a while for this all to get off the ground, and by the time we actually release the project and everything, it will like have basically everything's going to be updated. The only thing that won't be updated is whatever voice cast that we do have left. That's the only thing that's not going to be updated. Like, anybody that's still here voice cast wise is still going to be here if that time comes. Like, Mark's still going to be Ian. Tundra's still going to be, I almost said Paintra. Tundra is still going to be Dracia. We're still going to have, the other handful of voice actors who still have stuck around as their characters, respectively, and probably more if they decide to take on more roles. That's all them, though. That's not my decision. If they want to take on more roles, more power to them. It saves me time. But, if they don't, then, okay, cool. We can just find someone else to voice that character. Sorry, my voice is getting my voice is starting to suffer because of my throat getting dry. Granted, it's not helping that I'm drinking Dr. Pepper instead of water. I need medicine. Anyway. Can't really think of anything else more to say about the channel itself. Like I said, in both the Maggot server and the Nightmare Palette server, I'm going to be opening a little tab for suggestions. So if you guys can think of anything that we could possibly do on the Mocharin channel to keep it going until we get Nightmare Palette back up off the ground, then I'd be more than open to it. However, before we can actually do any, like, more comic dubs or anything, I'm going to have to find myself a fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? A video editing program. That way I can actually work on this again because I no longer have Adobe. If things work out, I could probably get it again. However, with my current financial situation, it's really hard to keep Adobe, because of how fucking expensive it is and how little I use the damn program. If we can keep, things going at a steady pace, maybe I can, like, get it again, but that's only if I'm going to be using it constantly. So I guess, if you guys can think of any ideas or anything, drop them in the suggestions box once I make that suggestions box in the servers, and we'll see from there. We may have to look into seeing if we can find any other programs, if not Adobe Premiere. Hopefully we can find something and, like, figure something out. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to add about the the project. If you guys have any questions about the channel or any like Nightmare Palette related questions, go ahead and ask. Now would be the time to ask. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to let you guys know about before we end this off. Oh God, I need sleep. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit out of it. I've been up all day. I'm gonna be up even longer, but unfortunately my body's just like, no, go to fuck to sleep. What happened to Kirby? Kirby is in Nightmare Palette, however, I'm not gonna, like, spoil too much. However, he doesn't have a giant role in Nightmare Palette. Nothing's bad happens to him. Nothing bad happens to Kirby at all. I can go ahead and tell you that now. However, hey Dylan. However, I can't really, spoil anything about... That was Amazon on my phone. I can't spoil anything... Not Amazon, that was eBay, actually. I don't know why I'm getting eBay notifications. I can't really spoil, Kirby's role without, like, giving away part of the story, so I'm just gonna leave it as Kirby has a role. However, it's not a giant one, but it's not a little one either. If you need sleep, then sleep as soon as you can. I would love to. However, I have a shift later on tonight. I could probably lay down for a nap. What time is it? It's gonna be a short-ass nap. If I lay down for a nap, I'm gonna end up sleeping through my shift. Excuse me. So what I may do, hey Switch Kid, what I may do is pump myself up with, like, Starbucks coffee drinks. Because for some reason I have a fucking fridge full of those. Is the script finished, or are you still rewriting things? The rewriting part of the scripts are done. We basically when we stopped on the script writing, the script that we was working on was basically a fresh script because we weren't working on that one previously before the rewrite. But due to the drama that happened months ago and stuff, we did lose people in the project, including my co-writer, and I have not been working on any of the scripts. I have attempted to work on Chapter 9. Oh, hey, Hey, Sugarstar, it's okay. You don't have to apologize for being inactive. Everything's fine. I know everyone has a life. I have attempted to work on chapter 9, but that was kind of back when my mental health was still so stagnant that I didn't even know if I was still going to be here. Here on YouTube, not here as alive. Like, I'm pretty sure I was still going to be alive, just probably not on YouTube. But, once everything is back up and running and stuff, we will be starting the scripting process again, or I'll be starting the scripting process again. But as of right now, scripting-wise, we're on chapter 9. And we've got a long way to go. We as in the project. We as in, like, whoever I'm writing the script with, because it's probably just going to be me. Ugh, I know I keep saying that, but I'm just not looking forward to writing it by myself. Especially since, like, the last couple of years that I've been working on Nightmare Palette, I've kind of just had Berg as, like, a co-writer and also a proofreader. Like, to begin with, he was basically just a proofreader to help me, like, revamp the script that I did have when the, project started, because chapter 1 looked terrible when I was writing it by myself the first time. Granted, I've taken pointers and taken tips, into account, so maybe I'll be able to handle this by myself. It's just gonna be scary. I haven't written by myself since my fucking fanfiction days. Let's see. Alright, as soon as you're home from your shift sleep, oh, don't worry, I will be, because that's gonna be like 3 in the morning, and I'm not staying awake for that. I am not staying awake for that shit. What was I gonna say? It was something else I was gonna say. I don't remember. I need sugary sweets. Keep my ass awake. Alright, I'm trying to think of, like, any more questions, that I could possibly answer, or, like, any questions that I feel like you guys are already gonna ask. There's a channel called Terrible Writing Advice. If you need tips, I will look into that. Legitimately, I will definitely look into that. Because, I've never been a good writer. I tried to be whenever I was writing fanfiction, but I wasn't. So, like, I read my old fanfictions and fucking cringe. So, whenever, I will be definitely looking into that channel. These are sugary sweet. Sugary sweet. I'm going brain dead here. I'm trying to think. Oh my god. It doesn't help that my fucking ass decided the moment I got home earlier after running around. Oh. What role is King DDD? Good or bad guy? Don't worry, he's a good guy. He's not going to be on the bad guy side whatsoever in Nightmare Palette. That I can't tell you. Once again, I can't necessarily, like, give his role, like what all he's going to do in the project. Granted, his role is not big. It's not a very big role or anything. He does have a significant presence, though. He is mentioned a lot as well. But he's not a bad guy. I promise. He's not a bad guy in this. Let's call those documents, see if there's anything I need to point out. Another thing that's going to be hard about, recasting Paint Roller, and I'm just going to point this out because this has just dawned on me when I looked at some of these, dialogues that we had set for Paint Roller's fight. Hold on. When does Nightmare Palette take place in the Kirby series? That I actually can't spoil. It actually takes place after Robobot, but before Star Allies, because Nightmare Palette was actually in development before Star Allies was announced. It's been in development for a long time. It's also been on fucking hiatus for a while. But, basically, I just got this, I just found the some of the dialogue from Paint Roller's fight, and it just kind of, reminded me, like, another hard part of recasting Paint Roller. We kind of made this guy a scumbag. Like, not even, like, scumbag, but if you couldn't tell from, like, Nightmare Palette, chapter 1 audio, he wasn't a very nice dude. He also was kind of came off as a flirty sleazeball, which kind of is him. And even though Berg like kind of pushed his voice acting preferences to voice this guy, I feel like it's still going to be difficult to find somebody that captures the amount of sleazy that Berg gave Paint Roller. Like, fucking Paint Roller comes off as that fucking, what's the word? That laid back asshole is a fucking, term I'd like to use. That laid back asshole. Like, if it wasn't obvious, he flirts with Adeline. And that's heavily implied throughout this fucking, series. There's, like, no, romantic, like, connection or anything, that we, like, established or anything, even though I kind of threw that idea out there. Berg didn't agree with it, so I didn't go with it. But this motherfucker heavily flirts with Adeline. Like, he never calls her Adeline throughout this entire series. He always calls her cutie, sweetie, honey, just fucking pet names. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find anybody that fucking masks that amount of sleaze that Berg was able to give Paint Roller. Like, even though Berg was not a sleazy dude whatsoever, Berg was one of the fucking most genuine, sweetest people I ever met in my life. But he made this guy sound sleazy. And I need to find somebody who can capture that. It's just gonna be so difficult. I may have to, like, I do not want to vamp this character at all. Like, the way that we have this character right now is absolutely fine to me. I don't want to vamp this character in the slightest. This character's fucking perfect. It's just gonna be hard voicing him. There's other things about the Nightmare Palette that I cannot answer. I could probably give a little bit of insight about the lore if you guys are interested. But I can't give any insight about... Actually, no, I can't even really give out too much insight about the lore without spoiling anything. Because the lore, like, is very important later on down the line. And I cannot... oh, God. I can't even mention really much about the lore without it spoiling a lot about the fucking, about the story. I can, however, talk about, some of the, I guess you want to say OCs in this story, because I actually wasn't really going to create, any OCs for the story, or at least any, if not many, but I did actually come up with a few, Palette being one of them. Palette, you guys saw in the trailer, and I've done art of her before, so you guys know who Palette is. There's also Kalashnikov, which is a gun-toting bonkers. I don't have any art for him because I have yet to be able to draw this motherfucker, which is going to make it difficult to put him in the story. However, I don't want to give him up. I don't want to give Kalashnikov up. He's great. There's also Gidget. Hold on, they're Kirby OC. Yeah, there's Kirby OCs in here. There's also Gidget, who is a Waddle Dee that... I kind of headcanon this Waddle Dee was the one that was, like, holding the camera in a lot of the official art. However, they identify as female. Like, this is, like, the only Waddle Dee in existence that actually has, like, a gender identification, and this one identifies as female. Like, they have, like, a wig on that, like, they have, like, this little ponytail. They wear, like, little shoes that isn't, like, the regular Waddle Dees. They're also very, very techy, which is where Gidget comes from. Like, those were the only OCs that I came up with, story-wise. I don't plan on creating any more OCs for this, but if I find, like, if I come up with, like, any other ideas, I'll definitely put them into play. Any other, like, characters that are added to this may not have a significant role, even if it's, a main character. It took a lot, for some of the characters that are in here to get put in, because, whenever me and Berg were writing, we always kind of, like, asked each other, like, before we put anything in there. And anytime a character got added, there was always some kind of, like, how's this gonna work? How's that gonna work? And we had to figure that shit out before we could even attempt to, like, implement a character into the Nightmare Palette. And we managed to make it work. And the last character that we were able to like implement into the story. This character hasn't even been added to the scripts yet. We haven't even got to this part of the story where this character shows up. Like, I had to sit there and like basically like describe how this character would be like useful to the story, like in means of like dialogue and lessons learned, like morals and all that good jazz. And thankfully we were able to add this character. I don't know whether or not I can reveal this character's identity, but they like flowers. I'm not gonna say who it is, and don't y'all say who it is in the chat either. Who else? What else can I talk about in this document? I will go ahead and point out a lot of things that we put in the document and stuff that I just kind of want to talk about, because I adore that Berg came up with this and like kind of like pointed all of this out, and just a lot of these ideas that we came up with are circled around like mental disabilities and mental illness and like just mental triggering stuff that we kind of just came up with. Mainly Berg, because Berg would like be doing research on this shit. Berg would like heavily do research on this shit, and it's fucking amazing. Like the stuff that he came up with. Like okay. Chapter 3 didn't come out, so I can't exactly like point out any cases. But whenever the points come in the story, whenever like you come down to the story and stuff, you will notice every single, if you guys are like heavily invested or heavily like educated on like how some mental things are, like mental illnesses and mental I don't want to say disabilities, mental illnesses, mental stuff like that. Whenever it comes to that, you guys will recognize it like almost instantly. Berg just kind of had like this very, very, very like good keen eye for things that could work in this. And we were always able to like work this into something, and that's gonna be another hard thing to continue by myself, because I just realized I didn't come up with that. Like some of the things that Berg came up with, I didn't come up with that myself. So that's gonna be kind of hard to like. I mean, granted, I could probably do it. I just have to. Excuse me. I'm just gonna have to do some more juggling. I gotta find some more balls to add to my juggle, if that makes sense. Like I'm standing there, I'm a juggling monkey right now. I gotta add some more to juggle. There's also dialogue in here that I'm reading that actually came from old. There's some dialogue that we like copy and pasted from like old scripts and hasn't been put back into the actual script, and I'm trying to figure out where some of it actually came from. Well, not came from, but where is some of it supposed to go? Because we didn't like put that in the script, in the document, like where it's supposed to go. Blah 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 blah. And oh god, there's so much dialogue here. So much. Oh god, there's this scene. I'm dying here. I'm getting flashbacks to like when we came up with this, and I'm just like geeking out over like this one thing that I have highlighted that I can't show y'all. And I'm just like, that's gonna be hell. A lot of this is gonna be hell to voice act. Just not even because it's like bad, or it's not because it's like gonna be straining on my throat. Or the fact that I probably couldn't voice act it because of the emotion. No, it's gonna hurt me mentally, emotionally. I'm just gonna be like, no, why? There was some stuff in the script that we kept on like looking at, and then like the both of us would just be like, oh fucking god, we feel so bad for Bubs. Because at the time of her being a line, there was some stuff in the script, like a few things, a good handful of fucking things actually, where something would happen to a line and we're just like, oh no. Oh yeah, of course it'll be more authentic, but it's just gonna be like, ow, my heart. I'm trying to find more stuff. Oh yeah, then we just got like fucking list of characteristics, and oh, fucking god. As if you couldn't fucking tell from chapter 1, Marx is a sarcastic fuck the entire goddamn show. Like, let's be honest here, every single fucking character in this has like their own like character development. Some like develops faster than others. Marx is just gonna be Marks is not gonna lose that sarcastic bout about him. He's gonna be a lot more sarcastic in the beginning than he is toward the end, but he's still gonna be sarcastic throughout this entire thing. Oh my god, because we've like just straight up like marked this asshole. This we just straight up mark this motherfucker as a straight A tsundere. Like this motherfucker will not admit shit. You can hold him at gunpoint. I don't know what you're talking about. There's so fucking much about these characters. We've even like the only characters we really like wrote anything about, like characteristic wise, is Adeline, Marks, and Aline. Hey Stora, passive aggressive is real. Yes, it is. Oh shit, hold on. We actually wrote a few of these actually. It looks like after Aline we wrote some about Kalashnikov. I guess we did it for the OCs as well, mainly because we can we had to come up with some kind of like something to go off of because Berg didn't know these characters. These were characters from my mind. So we had to put that down, basically just make it easier. We never came up with anything for Gidget, though, for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because we were still on the fence about Gidget. But, ugh. God damn it. One of Palette's characteristics, and I can't fucking make this up, she's pretty darn cute. I wish I was kidding. That's part of the characteristics. What the fuck? Oh my god. But, oh god, there's so much I want to share about, Palette, but I cannot without spoiling, a nice chunk of Nightmare Palette. I cannot, talk about it. Oh my god, but there's so much to her fucking character. She looks like this cute little character, this absolutely adorable little character that wouldn't, like, harm a fly, and she wouldn't. She really wouldn't. She's a pacifist. But she has so much goddamn baggage. It's like fucking taking a flight to Japan, goddamn. But, one thing I will point out, because basically everybody who is a part of the Nightmare Palette cast knows about this, she calls everyone baby. That's just one thing about her. That's one thing she does. That's one of the things. I actually kind of sort of got that from my own family. I have an uncle that does that. I have an uncle, my Uncle Lenny. He calls everybody baby. When he talks to me, he addresses me as baby. He doesn't do it, like, in any kind of, like, romantic or attached way. It's just baby. It's just mainly mainly just kind of his way of addressing people. He's called my brother that. He's called his girlfriend that. He's called any of my cousins that. Any of my aunts and uncles, other aunts and uncles that. That's just how he addressed things. And I guess that's where I got that from. Palette calls everybody baby. That's just kind of like... She does that because of just the simple way... She likes how baby sounds coming out of her mouth. But when it comes to calling, like, addressing actual babies, she doesn't call them babies. She calls them droplets. And it's just the cutest fucking thing. Hold on. Maybe make short clips like shows do to advertise. I will do that. Once we get everything together and everything, I will do that. Like little teaser shit. Hold on. Meta Knight, totally baby. King DDD, totally baby. Marks, nah, he's a grown man! Nah. Canonically, in this, not canonically, head canonically, might as well say head canonically, but canonically in this universe, Marks is teenage, I guess. I don't have an exact age for him because, let's fucking be honest, there's so much shit that I have to focus on in the story, the last thing I'm focused on is his asshole's age, but he's teenaged. He just doesn't have an exact age. Meanwhile, Adeline's 13. They're children, basically. They're all children. DDD is adult. Meta Knight's obviously a fucking adult. Like, this motherfucker is ancient. Like, this motherfucker sneezes the wrong goddamn way. He's gonna turn into statue form. But, Teenage Marks, that's the nightmare and a half. Could you imagine the angst? Let's be honest, this entire fucking story is angst. But, DDD gonna be a man in 2018? But, when it comes to ages, basically, okay, Kirby, of course, is a kid. We don't have a canonic age for him, but he's a kid. I don't necessarily have an age for Palette, but not Palette, for damn it, Align. There we go. I don't necessarily have an age for Align, but I want to say she's late teens, if not early adulthood. She's really young, but I don't want to say she's a kid. Glacia, around the same age as Align. Drossia, obviously an adult. Paintra, an adult. Another character that's in here who I can't spoil because she's a very big spoiler in the end. She is, I'd say she's teenage as well. The main bad guy, an adult, obviously. Let me see. Trying to think. Paint Roller, I would say he is, I will say late teens, early adulthood, which would just make, I want to say late teens and stay late teens, because if I make it early adulthood, it's going to make the fact that he hits on Adeline extremely fucking creepy. So I'll say late teens. Just basically to give him something. Okay, Sugar Star, I'll talk to you later. Let me see. What else can I fucking, we already said DDD's an adult, Meta Knight's an adult. Kirby's a kid. Glacia, Paintra, Paint Roller. I'm trying to think here. Who else have I not pointed out? There's a handful of other characters in here. I'd say they're all adults, except for one. One is a teenager, and that's that one character that I told y'all that almost didn't make it into the scripts, but I had to convince Berg that he'd be a good fit. He's a teenager. He's canonically a teenager. Like, in the Kirby universe, he's canonically a teenager, so we stuck with that. Let's see. Who else? There's someone else I'm missing. If it wasn't obvious, Tiff and Tuff is in the story. They go by Fumu and Boon because we go by the Japanese names, in Nightmare Palette for some reason. That may change, depending on context. Just basically to make it easier for everyone, because, let's be honest, almost everybody knows them as as their English names over their Japanese names. I don't know too many who do know them by their Japanese names, so if it becomes too confusing, we'll change it to Tiff and Tuff. But they are in the story, and I would say they are teenage. I believe Tiff is, like, maybe around Adeline's age. I want to say she is, I don't remember how old I made her in this, but I say this all took place, like, 5 years or so after the show, because the show is canon to this universe. So I want to say she's about 13, maybe Adeline's age. If not, she's either a year younger or a year older than Adeline. I want to say, if anything, I want to say she's older. Tuff would be a couple years younger, obviously, so he'd be about 12 or 11, depending on how old Tiff is. But he's basically a tween. He's also a dick. Who else is in this? Oh, Kawasaki's in this. He does not make a huge appearance at all. He's basically just a very fucking... He's just a very... What's the word I'm looking for? Very obscure background character, but he's an adult. All the townspeople are obviously the ages they were in the show. If not the kids, they're a little older. I can't really think of anyone else to point out, like, with their ages and shit. But basically the main cast is teenagers. Except for Align, whose age is kind of on the fence. But, oh shit. Okay, so I will give a little bit of Kalashnikov's Power Tower Showerhead, bro. It's been 3 years. I know it's been 3 years, and I'm sorry. We are... Sorry. Like I said earlier, I'm sick. We are trying to get it back on the... Ugh. Yes, Kawasaki's an NPC, you fucker. But, we are trying to get it back up off the ground, with all the drama that happened a few months ago. We lost a good chunk of people. Because you just got here, I'm just gonna go ahead and, explain everything again. Because of the drama that happened a few months ago, which I apologize for, we did lose a few people. The drama that happened caused a massive toll on my mental health, and I wasn't able to, get back into the, like, groove of, like, doing anything with Nightmare Palette. So at the very moment, it's not canceled, but it is kind of on rest for the time being. I don't want to say hiatus because I hate using that fucking word. I've had to use it so many times with this project. But it's taking a break basically, so we can so I can get back into the gist of things. I can get back into working on it because I'm basically going back into it by myself. Um, and we're basically just trying to get it back up off the ground. And for the time being, I'm also like answering questions and basically just dropping small little facts about characters. Like for instance, some of the OC characters that are being introduced into Nightmare Palette, they aren't canon to the universe whatsoever, and fucking there's one thing I will point out about Kalashnikov that I don't think anybody's gonna get until they visually see it. Oh my god, I don't know if this is gonna be counted as a spoiler or not, but god damn it. It's about his guns. I don't think it's gonna count. I mean, I don't think it counts as a spoiler because it's gonna be visual and noticeable when that time comes, and it's gonna be a bit before he shows up, but I don't want to give out. I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it. Let's just say his coconut gun fires and spurts. Let's see. Also, in his notes, I didn't come up with a backstory immediately, so his backstory literally reads like this. Backstory. Who knows? Think of this later. That's funny. He's also, in my words, Kalashnikov, which is the gun-toting bonkers, is basically described as a brute who cares. He's a fucking hard ass, but he gives a fuck. He indeed gives a fuck. Hold on. Ironically, Kirby can use gun in Forgotten Land. Like, no, seriously, it is real. Wait, what? I have not looked into this. Thank you for that little bit of trivia. I'm trying to see if there's, like, any more, like, bits of trivia about the characters that I can, like, give out without hello. If he shoots you, it's gonna hurt! Basically, like, I don't know if this is gonna make it into the, cut, like, later on, art-wise, but I just have this fucking imagery of, like, him shooting a fucking pineapple, and it's just fucking Paint Roller standing there, like, is that a fucking pineapple? Not even, like, saying that, but he's like, is that a pineapple? And then, like, mid-saying it, the pineapple just fucking blacks him in the goddamn face. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not, but that's hilarious to think about. Let's be honest, this angsty story needs some freaking, like, more hilarity to it. It has some, but it needs more. Because what goes best with angst? Hilarious shit. Trying to point out more things about, like, the main cast without giving away a bunch of, like, heavy details that's gonna be spoilery. Let's see. I will say the character development with all three of the main characters, kind of fascinating. When I look back at the character traits and also think back on how he wrote these characters and the, like, notes that we have for, like, their interactions in later chapters, it's interesting. Like, Marks, I think, out of the three of them, has the strongest character development in this entire story. Well, not the entire story, but, like, character-wise of the main three, he has the strongest. Because so much happens with Marks. Like, so much. This motherfucker came into the story with baggage big enough to make the fucking American Airlines double take. And when he gets off the damn flight, it's gonna be like a carry-on bag. But, like, there's so much about this motherfucker that we wrote into the story. Like, it hurts to, like, whenever I had to read through some of the stuff he talks about in the earlier chapters, like, none of the chapters you guys have heard about, unless you're, like, in the story itself. But some of the stuff that I've had to, like, read through or voice act, basically, to kind of get the gist of how I'm going to continue the story, I've started crying reading. Because I'm just like, you poor fucking baby, can I give you a hug? Mainly because I'm a goddamn marshmallow. I'm sensitive when it comes to, like, shit like that. Make fun of me if you want to, but when I hear of a character in pain that I like care about, I'm just like, ow, 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 ow. Trying to see if there's like any trivia that I can, I can point out some trivia because this is actually already like discussed upon in my headcanon thing. There's a lot of stuff in my headcanons thing that I put on DeviantArt like years ago that actually made it in the Nightmare Palette. Adeline's like obsession with like wanting to cook food instead of like paint it, that made it in. Her favorite food made it in. Her adoration for cheese made it in. I don't want to spoil too much with that, but she does like cheese. More on that later. Oh my god. There's so fucking much to point out about these fuckers. I don't want to give away too much. I'm trying to find stuff in these, like, character traits that I can, like, tell you guys about. Because I want to give y'all at least something for the time being. Because there's, like, nothing for y'all to go off of right now. And I hate that. I want to give y'all something. I just saw another note that I can't share, unfortunately. But it's funny. Let's see. I will point out, like, in the beginning of the story, even though Marks doesn't necessarily show it too much, he does consider Adeline as a friend. That I can go ahead and share. He does consider her a friend, but he will not fucking admit it. Granted, he does use the word friend in chapter 2, I think. I'm gonna double check. It's been a minute since I've looked at these chapters. But he tries to play it off as he doesn't really, like, care of her, like, as much as he does, but he does, like, care about her as a friend. Like, it's not, like, anything very powerful in the beginning. It's just, like, someone... Hold on. Adeline likes cheese. Theorizes that Squeak Squad is literally a Nightmare Palette and completely off screen while eating popcorn. You know what? You're making me want to, like, somehow put the Squeaks in this, but I don't know where I would put them. That's one thing that we always had problems with the characters we did, like, was able to put in here. We had problems trying to figure out, like, where they would be able to fit in, and unfortunately, at this very moment, I don't know where I'd fit those guys in. Unless they're, like, walking down the path and they're like, hey, what's up? Want some cheese? That would just be a big, like, what the fuck? Let's see, chapter 2. I'm looking at chapter 2 now. Let's see. Does he call her a friend? At least to her face. Let's see. Chapter 2 is a fucking strange. Hold up. Where is this line at? What the fuck? Okay. I will go ahead and say this because nobody can see this anyways, and they're not going to see it at all in the story. This is basically just, like, notes that we had in the script. Basically, what we did whenever we made a script, whenever we completed a script, we kind of made it to where people could comment on it. So all the comments can be read and we can communicate with the voice actors better. I don't know what the hell came over me whenever this was written, but there was a line from Meta Knight in chapter 2 that was highlighted, and Berg went ahead and added something like, make it sound like he's smiling under his mask, and add a small chuckle. And for some reason, I replied to that saying, make it gay. I don't know why. I don't know why. That was... What the fuck? Okay, back to what I was actually supposed to be doing. Does he use the word friend? You know what? Control F. I gotta find friend. Friend. Alright. That's a line. That's the first page. Alright. That's Bandana D. Oh yeah, Bandana D's in here too. His age, I would say he's also like older teen. He's older than Adeline, obviously. Doesn't act like it, but he's older than Adeline. I'd say he's, in human age, I'd say he's probably like 16. Let's see. Aww. Line. Where is that fucking line at? Did we get rid of it? No, I think we got rid of it. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we got rid of it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, he straight up does not admit that he considers Adeline a friend. He acts like it. Like, it's obvious this motherfucker cares. But he does not admit it. Like, I want to use this as a comparison. I don't know who all's going to get this reference because it's from a really old manga. Anybody heard of Hanayori Dango? It's kind of how, like, I want to say how Domyoji was treating Sakushi. Like, he would be acting as if he'd act like an arrogant asshole, but he'd give a fuck. Like, he'd care if, like, the other person was crying. Like, he cared if Sakushi was crying and it wasn't, like, him causing her to cry. If he did cause her to cry, he'd feel bad. But he'd be an arrogant ass still. Just kind of, like, laughing, kind of acting like he's picking fun at her, even though he really cares. It's either that or it's Rui, and Sakushi. Because Rui would be all caring and kind to her, but would never admit that he was her friend. It was... I'm pretty sure I'm speaking a different language right now, but that's, like, the only comparison I could think of. Is Hanayori Dango. I didn't even make this fucking comparison when I fucking came up with this personality for Marks. What the fuck? Like, it just dawned on me because I've been watching the Korean version of that lately. And honestly, I had to, like, stop myself because I almost said Junpyo instead of Domyoji. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because they're different names. Because Japanese and Korean is different. Alright. Hold on. Can't spit it out directly. Yeah, basically. Okay, yeah. I've looked at that one little character trait that we had down from Marks. It is basically what I said already, that he cares about Adeline to begin with, but does not admit it at all. Like, not like cares at the very beginning. He considers her a friend. And that, I guess that brings me to another, like, little headcanon that I'll go ahead and spoil because I've already fucking talked about this on DeviantArt years ago. But it's making it into Nightmare Palette. DDD's relationship with Adeline. It's not a relationship as you think. DDD basically sees this girl as his daughter. He does not outwardly call her his daughter, but the way that he treats her compared to everybody else, he would think that this child came from him. But he basically treats her as if he raised her all his life. Even though he's only known her canonically in the story for like 3 years. Something like that. Because the events of... I'll basically go ahead and explain this because this is going to be explained in chapter 1. And it's already been explained kind of sort of in chapter 1 actually. Adeline comes to Popstar before the events of Dreamland 3. Which happens 3 years before Nightmare Palette. And Kirby 64 happens a year after Dreamland 3 in the timeline of the story. DDD meets her during the events of Dreamland 3, because they both got possessed and shit. And of course, Kirby saves the fucking day. He doesn't have a full-on friendship with her at that point in time because they both were just, like, possession victims. But she does hang around and stuff, and she does kind of, like, she is friendly with everybody and all that good jazz, even though there's, like, as explained in chapter 1, she's not very well liked by literally everybody because of the simple fact that she's the only human in existence on that planet. the only closely related thing that you could say is on that planet to her would probably be the Cappies, and they are the ones that are like fucking just kind of judgmental. Not even all of them. It's not all of them at all. There's like some really good ones, but it's a good handful of them. Are just like, oh fuck, here comes that human girl again. That strange girl again, the one with the fucking limbs. The one with the like different shaped body, the fucking one with the neck. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, back to basically DDD's headcanon. He basically sees her as a daughter. He will never outwardly say, this is my daughter, or don't you ever talk like that to my daughter, or daughter this, daughter that. He will never use the word daughter. Ever. Not ever. Not nowhere in Nightmare Palette does he use the word daughter. That may change. I may add that little implication in there probably later on down the line. That's to be determined. But as of right now, he never outwardly calls her daughter at all. But the way that he treats her, you would think that she is his daughter. Like somebody else, I actually came across a piece of artwork. Daughter. I actually came across a piece of artwork. So from somebody that I don't even know, actually. I think it was on DeviantArt. I think it was on DeviantArt. It was either that or Tumblr. It was a while back. It was a long time ago that I found this artwork. But it was basically like DDD just kind of like holding Adeline while like holding it also with one arm, and then the other arm he's holding out his fucking hammer like he's getting ready to attack somebody. It's kind of like, don't you talk to me or my daughter ever again. I don't know who drew that, but I like the fact that I'm not the only one that thinks of that as a headcanon. What is another thing that I can so let's see. I found a. Okay, I don't think this has anything to do with the story, so I'll go ahead and read this one about marks I found. This is exactly how it's written, and I don't think I was the one that wrote this. Actually, no, I think I was the one that wrote this. I don't remember. He tends to get bored fairly easily if there isn't anything exciting going on. He also likes arguing for the sake of arguing. I don't even remember writing this, but I probably did. Like, I can't tell you, on these character traits, I can't tell you exactly who wrote what, but I have a feeling I was the one that wrote that one. La, 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 la. I remember this one. Okay, going back to basically me calling Mark tsundere, here's another thing that we wrote down. He's basically snarky, sarcastic, and sassy with a softer side. Basically a jerk with a heart of gold sort of personality. He may also be, in quotations, slightly tsundere. And then my stupid ass, in parentheses, wrote slightly? Like, that's one thing you need to know about me and Berg. That's just kind of how he wrote stuff out. Even in the scripts, there's like some things where I'll put in like parentheses and I'll add stupid shit just for the sake of it. It's just, that's just one example. Like, oh god. I'm probably gonna go and add a bunch more. I'm probably gonna go and add a bunch more stuff to these scripts because I see that Berg has done a few of the comments basically stating who needs to do what. Hey Nacero, when it comes to character voices, but I need to go through myself and also add some because, well, once again, Berg isn't here anymore. So I gotta kind of go from here on out. I already know how to do my own stuff. However, everybody else is not gonna know how to do theirs unless they are a fucking mind reader. So I will be going through and fixing that. Let's see if there's anything. I want to see if there's like any fucking lines that I can kind of spoil. I can't read that one. I do like this one line. We didn't necessarily have a spot for it, so it may not make it into the script, but I love this one line that we wrote for Marks. Basically him saying, if I had hands, I'd slap you right now. It's fucking gorgeous. Hey, Foxmas. I was watching on my phone and now I'm on my PC. Woo! Foxmas, who voices a character who I can't spoil. Whom's the fuck messaged me? Oh. It's Crash. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Alright, there we go. I accidentally, like, okay. My phone is a piece of shit. So I was trying to, like, message Blue about something. Actually, no, I think I was trying to call her or I was trying to call Foxmas. I don't remember who I was trying to call. But I accidentally called Crash. Because his messages were kind of a little higher up on my, direct messages list. So I just had to clarify with him, like, did you fucking take that from me, Foxmas? Hold on. Don't worry, Blizz. Nothing bad's happening. I'm basically just, I was basically giving an update to the channel. It kind of turned into a 1 hour and 30-minute stream of me, talking about, like, shit in Nightmare Palette, though. But, long story short, because of the drama that happened, and we've lost a few people, and it's gonna take a while for, us to get things back up and running, but the project's not canceled. In the gist of things. I love how you took that and, like, just kind of, like, went with the Foxes. I don't know if it's a spoiler by revealing your character, so I'm just keeping it quiet. Though I'm probably sure I probably talked about him at one point in time. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that too. Ah, it's painful to read! Oh, there's so much shit in here. Oh. You straight up cast me. Oh god, I did! I did cast you in a stream! Alright, so people know who you are! Alright, so yeah, spoiler alert, it's fucking Taranza. His role's not prominent and he doesn't show up till way later, but fucking, I forgot that I straight up cast you in a stream. Okay. I'm sitting here, like, trying not to spoil the fucking character, and I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, I already did! Hold on. Oh, no! Damn it, most of these notes are spoilery. I found another section that I can't talk about or even mention because it spoils so much. Oh my god. I will just mention that fucking Aline and Clacia's relationship throughout Nightmare Palette is fucking tricky. That's all I'm gonna say. And Ironino Foxmas is gonna make a kooky joke. Oh my fuck. Also, fun fact. You won't be able to notice this until you actually see the names of, hold on a second. Also, I had a comment about the Adeline being an outcast. Hey, look, that's the weird girl with the fucking hell! Foxmas! Why would you bring up the big forehead thing again? Back to what I was saying. You won't be able to notice this until we actually reveal, like, the names of the places that these guys visit, because me and, Berg had to sit here and think of names for, like, a mass majority, if not almost all of the fucking, areas they visit. One of them is actually, hold on. One of them, we actually couldn't think of anything really, specific, or anything that could have, like, worked with the way that we had everything else. So we basically, took the town that I was born in and made it a play on words. Wait, what? With his head living rent free? Shut the fuck up, Storo! Gookie, goddammit! Can't deal with y'all. Can't fucking take y'all nowhere. I'm like a fucking mom with, like, her kids in the store. I can't take y'all fucking nowhere. One of them's asking for M&Ms, the other one's being loud as fuck, the other one's fucking doing some kind of dancing, and the other one took a shit 3 hours down. Let's see. Oh, can't spoil that. Hold on. Which one am I? Don't worry about it! Hold on. I mean, her forehead is about as big as Uselessness from Naruto. Why are y'all like this? Leave her forehead alone. She is beautiful the way she is. And let's be honest here. Cappies ain't got no room to talk about foreheads. Their fucking face is entirely head. Not 4, not 5, not 6. It's entirely head. It's infinite head. It's just head. Their entire bodies might as well be just head. Not to mention a lot of the fucking Kirby enemies, like Kirby characters, are just heads. So they can't say shit about her forehead. They can literally make, crack comments at her limbs, her appendages, the way she's shaped, the fact that she has a neck, the fact she's a completely different species, but they can't say shit about her fucking forehead. Nah, they looking like fucking gyro. That's what we call it. Y'all are killing me here. To be fair, Ado is still very much a bean, and that is a fact. Yeah, that is definitely a fact. This poor fucking thing does not deserve the fucking shit I'm gonna put her through. We've made that comment a lot writing these fucking scripts, by the way. Just to fucking, like, anytime anything bad happens to Adeline in these scripts, we're just sitting here like, she does not fucking deserve this. Also, fun fact, me and, Tundra just have this stupid little headcanon where, after, like, anything's done with Nightmare Palette, like, Nightmare Palette is basically, in the Kirby universe, basically, like, showing up as, some kind of, like, play or, like, scenario or something like that, and after the play is over with, fucking Drossia and Adeline just go get Starbucks. It's just a dumb fucking headcanon, but we go by it. It's great. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, can't talk about that. That's spoilery. We can't even mention this fucker's name. It's spoilery. Can't talk about that. There's a lot of shit in here we can't talk about. Oh, God. I guess we can go ahead and kind of discuss the differences between Chapter 1 and the differences between the old Chapter 1 and the new Chapter 1. For one, I can tell y'all now, Chapter 1 previously and Chapter 1 now changes so much in quality. Like, we basically, hold on, this is Chapter 10 I made a document for Chapter 10 and haven't even done anything with it yet. We basically took Chapter 1 and just maximized the quality of it. It's so much better than it was before. God damn it. Also, fun fucking fact. Hold on. One joke I shall make on Adeline's forehead. You call it a big forehead. I call it a mark of genius. Okay, another stupid fun fact. Since we haven't gotten... Hold on. Gross. Blech. I'm trying to cough this shit up for, like, the last 3 days. Ugh. But, a little dumb fun fact, because of, like, I find this fucking hilarious every time I see it in the documents, even though it's, like, so fucking, like, heart-wrenching in the actual document. But anytime we, like, come up with anything that's kind of, like, sad or is gonna take a long time to, like, well, we basically, okay, for example, any sad scenario or any, like, sad thing that we have for, like, a later chapter that we don't feel like putting into the ideas document, we have on a separate document, but each fucking one is literally titled, Oh No Sads. Oh No Sads. And it's fucking stupid. Like, it's just like, oh no, sads! And then you open the document and it's just a fuckload of sad, and I'm like, ah! Like, there's a flashback sequence that fucking, has that. There's a sequence that's spoilery that basically, goes into a flashback that I can't talk about that's also has its own document like that, and every time I go to read them, I'm like, fucking, just rip my heart out, please. Like, it's like instead of oops all berries, it's oops all sads. Here's chapter 1. Alright, so definitely the quality of chapter 1 has greatly improved. I want to say the narration is a lot more smoother. Before, it was kind of like fucky because my writing is terrible. And even before, like we basically took the chapter that I had whenever I first started writing chapter 1 of Nightmare Palette, and Berg went with like basically proofreading and placing it in order. We didn't really like worry about the quality at the time of being. We thought it was fine the way it was. But after rereading and like finding little holes and all that good jazz and fixing shit, we just made it better. Can't really say anything without like spoiling anything. Narration, I want to say the narration is a little bit longer. We gave Boone, aka Tough, a little bit more lines, because before he had like a couple of lines in chapter 1 and that was it. We gave him a bit of more of a presence. Same with Kirby, and Fumu, aka Tiff. We gave them all a bit more of a presence. We also made it a little bit easier for the everyone to be introduced. And also for the narration just to kind of flow. We also just added a little bit of hilarity, just a little bit more shit to kind of just chuckle at. We also made it more prominent that DDD, like, treats Adeline as if, like, that's his child. Like, you'll see, whenever you go to, like, compare it to the original, to the new one, you'll definitely notice the, differences in, quality. La 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 la. Oh my god. We also gave Paint Roller, I think, a little bit of extra dialogue. But not a lot. It's like just a very little bit, but it just kind of adds to the fact that he's an ass. He's just an entire ass. I think we made the villain scene just a little bit more painful to fucking hear. Just a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Kirby has a good little bit more dialogue in here. Marks also has a little bit more speaking roles. I'm in chapter 1, thankfully. Hold on. You're not an ass. You're an entire donkey. That's Paint Roller for you. Okay. Let's see. Fucking Marks and his sarcastic ass. Hold on. Wait, Kirby with dialogue? Yes! Kirby with dialogue. I will explain. This takes place like years after the fucking events of the TV show and everything. And we basically kind of like canoned Kirby being able to somewhat speak. Like, he doesn't have like straight up fucking speaking roles, like straight up like full-on sentences. I mean, granted, he can still kind of construct sentences, but you can definitely tell they're spoken by a child. Like, let me check chapter 2 real quick. I believe there's an example in there. I can't necessarily, is that chapter 2? Yes, it is. I can't exactly give out too much information about it, but, well, about chapter 2 itself, but I can probably still read this line without being spoilery. Let me see. He, like, basically talks, like, he talks like himself in, third person. Ah, yes, Shrek! Hold on. Almost wish I could try and voice Paint Roller. I feel like I can maybe get, my voice how scummy, I think you said, for his voice. Alright, 1, Foxmas, I'm pretty sure you could. But 2, we're gonna worry about that when it comes to it. we're gonna give other people a chance to, like, audition for some of these characters. If I like yours, I will consider it, but we will give people, like, an opportunity. Because there's probably somebody out there that could probably match Berg's amount of scumminess that he added to Paint Roller's fucking character. I hope I can find somebody like that. Alright, let's see. But an example of, like, basically how Kirby talks, he's just, like... He basically, refers to everybody, like, as... He doesn't say, like, I, me, or anything like that. He basically, talks in third person, and he talks about people in third person. Kind of like, this is basically how, this is an example. And it doesn't really spoil too much. He's just like,
no, Pollo. Kirby's not mad. Kirby was worried about Addy Pollo.
And of course, he still has his signature Pollo. That's basically just, like, how far he's gotten into, like, learning how to speak. He can kind of, sort of, like, that's about the max he can do with, like, sentence speaking. Granted, he has, more speaking lines and everything. But, let's be honest here, there's still a fuckload of Poyos. Like, I'm scrolling through the, Chapter 2 script now, there's more Poyos than there is anything else. Let's see. Hold on. I know. Good, and you know. Oh god, I need Dr. Pepper. Actually, I need water. My dumbass should not be drinking Dr. Pepper, but what does my ass do? Not listen to reason. Okay. La 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 la. We also kind of I'm just gonna go ahead and say we also expanded on that one line that Fumu says in chapter 1 that still is in the newer one, where they mention, like, you look a little tired. Did you not get enough sleep? We expanded on that. I mean, she only still says that, but we expanded on that concept. It'll be notable whenever, you get into, hold on, but, like, if you want to send me a few paint roller lines, I'll see what I can do. God damn it. You just really want to try for this asshole, don't you? I will legitimately just, like, make a document for you, Foxmas. I will do that right the fuck now, while I'm still talking about this. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm pretty sure I have an untitled document anyways, it's just sitting here waiting for text. Oh, there's one. Wait, no, I saw another one. Was that chapter 10? Hold on. Go back. I saw one. Where the hell? There you are. No, that's not an empty document. Let's just do this one. This one's useless. I'll just delete the stuff that's inside of it. Delete. Okay. I'll start moving some of Paint Roller's lines there. Excuse me. Shit. I'll just copy and paste a few. Like, not the entirety of everything. Yes! Wait. Enable copy, paste, copy, cut, paste. Yes, install that, for fuck's sake. What the hell? It's installed! What the fuck? Hold on. Paste. What do you mean? Enable this item! What is the deal? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know if anyone else is having this problem, but, like, my Chrome has been on crack lately. Where are my extensions? There we are. Alright, which one is the one that is in... It's enabled! What are you on about? It's enabled! All of them are enabled! Enable, re-enable, enable, re-enable. They're all enabled! Why? Why you like this? Hold on, let me refresh the document and try it that way. Hold on. I want to be the flirty, scummy asshole with roller skates. Wow, that's a sentence I said! Paste. Stop! There. God, fucking... Anytime I tried to do, like, the, like, right-click paste thing, it literally tells me I had to install something, which is already installed. Chrome, please get off your ass. Okay, I believe that's the only line from Paint Roller that I'm going to add to this document. From this chapter, at least. Let me see. Alright, if y'all have any more questions while I'm constructing this fucking document for Foxmas, feel free to ask. I'm literally just open to answer any questions y'all have at this moment. Whether it be Nightmare Palette related, channel related, and like I said, I am going to make that suggestions channel on both the servers. I'll be doing that in a little bit. Where the fuck is Paint Roller at in this chapter? I know this asshole's in this chapter. Where is he? There he is, that little scum ass. I'm just gonna fucking take both of these because they're both good lines. Copy. Control V. It's in italics now. Change that. Thank you. Darkishin. I like this line. Copy. Paste on this. Turn off italics again. For context, any of the things that, like, shows up in the scripts as, like, thinking we have them in italics. So I'm having to copy and paste some of, like, Paint Roller stuff, which, like, is in italics, and I'm having to turn off italics every time. Ooh. Oh no. Some of these fucking lines. Hold on. Why would there be a W in Paint? He's talking in uwu talk, you notice. Alright. Oh my god. I'm trying to find stuff in here that I know is like, oh, what the fuck? Why is this here? Hold on. Why is this here? We never got rid of this. Okay, this no longer has to be here. But just to be on the safe side, I'll keep it here. I'll look through this in a minute. I can't focus on it right now. I want to make sure it's not there for a reason. I believe that's all his lines from this chapter. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. I hope that fight ends with Paint Roller. Hold on. I'm aware of that, but there's nothing of the W to replace in Paint, plus point just sounds wrong. It does, though. Point.
Paint Roller.
That sounds better. Paint Roller.
Ooh.
Where the fuck is chapter 3? That one's chapter 8. La 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 la. Where are all my chapters at? Wait. That's chapter 5. Damn, these are so unorganized. Chapter 4. Chapter 7. Chapter 6. Chapter 3. Here we go. Don't know if yes, he does. Wait a minute. What in the fuck? I'm just rereading chapter 3. I forgot about this scene. What in the... I want to talk about this so bad, but I can't. What? Never mind, I'm aware of what's going on now. Oh god, they have a point. A point. I don't like this anymore. What? Oh yeah. Okay, where is the rest of there? Nope, that's Kirby. Okay. Found more Kirby lines. Oh my heart! Ah, damn it! I made a mistake! I made a mistake! Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. Why are y'all like this? Oh god. That's very scummy. You know what? I'm adding that to the list just to see if you can manage this line. Oh, it's so scummy. Oh, it's dripping with scum. I don't like it. Okay. Damn it, I did it again. Okay. Why are you on crack, you piece of junk browser? Maggie, I need to show you something. Okay, my DMs are open, I think. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, it's fucking creepy. These are all so creepy. Oh my fucking god. Can I just please point out something? I can't say the line in particular because it's spoilery, but god damn it. Paint Roller is just a fucking... God damn it. This motherfucker is just a rolling bag of pop references. Hold on, Paint Roller drip meme. You know what? That motherfucker probably would. God damn it, I can't get over some of these lines. They're great. Excuse me. Don't worry, Foxmas. Chances are I won't be able to make that. Granted, that'd be hilarious. Could you imagine this motherfucker popping up during the fucking boss fight that does happen with Paint Roller way later on? Because everyone has a boss fight. We will let you know that now. This motherfucker is just wearing drip. For the first fucking thing you see of him is him, like, holding his hands in the, you know, I had to do it to him position, wearing drip. How fucking stupid would that be? I'm not gonna do it, obviously, because that's just way too fucking much. And very cringy, but how funny is that to think of? Oh my god, is this chapter 4? This is not chapter 4. Okay, I'm not gonna go through these. Hold on. I hate that drip meme with a burning passion, so yeah, I know, don't worry. And I hated the bottom text meme for the longest time, but god damn it, some of them actually make me chuckle now. I hate that. That's chapter 8. I think that's 9. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was trying to make a fucking parody of that song at one point. Is this 4? That's 5. That's 4, there we go. Oh my goodness. Breakfast! What about what? Probably. God fucking damn it. I'm adding this one to the document just so I can see if you can... No, you know what? I already know you can fucking do it. I'm just gonna give this to you. I'm just gonna give this one to you. Okay. Fucking... Alright, another thing you guys are gonna notice. Fucking just... Paint Roller and Dracia's fucking relationship. And when I say relationship, I say that very fucking lightly. It's glorious. I'm not saying anything else about it, but it's glorious. I will put that in the document as well because that's hilarious. Fucking Foxmas, this document's gonna be just long. Perfection. Oh god, that's the perfect line to add to this. And this is just you in a nutshell. Now that I think about it, you actually might work with this. And I hate that I'm saying that. Where's the fuck are these lines? Where's the fuck or whom's the hell is that? Wait. What? Oh yeah! Okay, I know who that is. I was there and like wondering whose fucking text is this? But it was a random enemy that I can't spoil. Ah, more Paint Roller lines, good. The fact that I'm starting to be more fitting for a scummy guy is starting to worry me! No, I would not say the scummy part, I'm just gonna say the personality part. Like, Paint Roller has personality, he's just also a fucking scumbag. Like, I think the personality part's starting to fit you. I know you're not a scumbag. You don't go around fucking, like, just being a scumbag for the sake of being a scumbag. Ah, okay. What in the... Oh, my hair's still wet. Okay. Just gonna fucking copy and paste this one because it's absolutely irresistible. Hold on. DDD probably taught Addo to do the Mario by now! Probably. Hold on. One more line. Alright. Bear with me 1 second, Foxmas. I almost have this document together. I just want to add at least 1 or 2 more lines. Maybe. Oh, here's chapter 5. Okay. Ah. Okay. I know what chapter this is. Where is that asshole at? I know he's in here somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? He's hiding. He's fucking hiding. Found him! Oh, I just realized something. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry, my PC lagged there, but in terms of personality, that's even worse! How is it worse? I just basically said you're not a scumbag. Okay. god. I remember this fucking part. I can't spoil this, but damn it. Hearing Foxmas act. Oh god, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna hate this, but I'll show you this one separately, Foxmas. I'm not adding this to the document. Alright, I got a few that I'm going to send you. I'm just going to send what I have right now in the document, and the rest of them I'll just show you separately, because that's a lot of shit to go through. That's... Fuck, I have to title this, don't I? Paint... Roller... Lines. There we go. I have to sneeze. Oh god. Ah, shit! Shit. Wait... Fuck! That hurted. We'll do commenter. Thank you. That shit hurted. Oh, fuck. Oh, JJ messaged me. Alright, let me see. Oh no. Let's not let the viewers hear this. No, fuck you. We're letting the viewers hear this. Nah, hold on. Let me just deafen my background noise so I can just listen to this. I can't hear it. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. Something's going on with my audio. Nope, that's normal. Is Discord turned down? I think it's my headphones, actually. Hold on. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Oh my god, I almost want to undeafen the fucking, like, background so everyone can hear that. That's fucking beautiful. But I'm not. Alright, Foxmas, I went ahead and sent you the thing. Just, I guess, make a recording. I don't even fucking care. But, is there any more questions or anything? Did I miss anything that I needed to answer? I don't think I missed anything. I'm looking at literally everything and I don't see any questions. Let's see. He pinned it. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything else that needs to be addressed. If y'all can think of any questions, just let me know. I'm trying to think here. Trying to think here, like, any... What about that separate one? I'll show you that one separately, Foxmas, like in call or something. Like I'll screen share or I'll like show you the document later. But I'm not gonna do that in call or anything. We'll just talk about that like outside of the stream. Well, we'll do it in call, but like outside of the stream. But let's go ahead and end this because we've been going on for 2 hours. It's literally supposed to post a channel update, and it's literally turned into like talking about Nightmare Palette. Let's go ahead and, cut this off, because I just knocked something off my desk. Alright, so, thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for coming for the channel update, for those who came in late. Like I said previously, long story short, Nightmare Palette is just going to be taking a rest, so we can get everything back together, but it's not being canceled. The rest of the channel, I'm going to make, suggestion boxes in both of my servers, so we can, try to get some stuff on the Mokurin channel itself while Nightmare Palette is being revived. But that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I updated the link for the Nightmare Palette server if you guys want to come in. The link for the Maggot server is also on my Magiku Maggie channel. You guys can come into either server if you have any ideas. DMs are also open. Just let me know if y'all have anything. This has been Magiku Maggie of Mokurin Productions. Thank y'all for watching. You'll have a good night, okay?